What's up, guys? Alright, thanks for stopping in. This is going to be a little video on what to expect and do's and don'ts on ordering and speccing your car when you're at the dealership. I'm just going to go off of the 2019 HELLCAT that we just ordered, and some of the dates, some of the expectations, and you know, just kind of what we went through. We ordered the car August 28th, inspected all out. We paid $1,000 down for them to take the order. All right, so they did not even cash the deposit. They just held on to it. We found that out later on. I wasn't looking for it to come in or out of the account, and honestly just didn't pay attention. But anyway, so September 17th, we got a email from Sean down at Jim Burke. He's the general manager up there, awesome guy. If y'all are looking at buying a Mopar, I would strongly suggest going up and seeing Sean or Ron. Ron's the sales guy. Sean would be the general manager up there. Awesome guy. I'll get to that because he really went above and beyond to get this car to me for my birthday. He and my wife had some shenanigans going on. But anyway, so September 17th, got an email saying that the car was in D1 status, which means all the parts are here and it is ready for the assembly line. Now, we were told that there was probably going to be a slowdown because of the wide body that we ordered. All the parts weren't there. You know, there was a back order, whatever. Now, I will tell you that we received our HELLCAT before, I don't know his name, but he ordered a regular HELLCAT, non-wide body, 2 or 3 days after me, and he is still waiting on his. I think his is still in D1, if that's what I was told the other day. But anyway, so not real sure about everyone saying that the wide bodies are on a slowdown because of extra parts, because that's not true. I mean, I've already received mine. So October 9th, there wasn't a status number or ID. It was just basically saying, hey, car is built. It's being sent to the rail yard for delivery from up north to Birmingham, Alabama. They, you know, put it on the railroad cart. They get it here. Railroad people have their people that move the cars from the rail yard to the actual dealership. Now, this is where Jim Burke went above and beyond. Sean had made some pull for me, and he and April were talking, and they had me convinced that I had to come and do some miscellaneous warranty paperwork on our Scat Pack. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we went up there and walked in the showroom, and my HELLCAT was sitting there with a big red bow on it. And I walked around it because it's not like someone presented it. I walked around it and walked around it, looked at it and looked at it, and I was like, this looks just like my car, except red Brimbos were not something that you could, it wasn't a color for your Brimbos. So I just had mine left black, and I wanted them red, but it wasn't a color option. So anyway, I'm like, this can't be my car. Red wasn't an option, which was the only thing that was kind of odd, but you'll see the paperwork, the window sticker, and it says this vehicle was built especially for April plant. So at that point, when I saw the window sticker, I was like, this is my car. It was a good day. This video is a little late getting up. I should have gotten it up earlier. I've been busy doing a few things to all these other cars. Sorry. It's life, you know. One thing happens, another one happens, and you got to keep on moving and fixing things, otherwise it starts piling up on you. So anyway, I've been busy, and I have made a few videos, and this has been one that I've been wanting to make, and it just happens to keep slipping by me. But one thing that I'll tell you, alright, so October 9th, the car was ready, October 30th, the vehicle was received in Birmingham, Alabama. Sean up at Jim Burke did a few things, and he was able to get one of his guys to go pick up the car from the rail yard and drive the car back for me. My birthday was on the 1st of November, so I was able to pick it up, and it would be there. It was awesome. You know, I did not want them to pull plastic off or anything. Run it through your shop, unlock the navigation and stuff like that. Other than that, I didn't want no one detailing the car, because it went to get Expel put on it and the hood get wrapped, because they wanted like $2,000 for the hood to be black, and I was like, man, I can get that wrapped for a couple $100. So anyway, and I have the option of pulling it off and having it white if I wanted to, or rewrapping it for way less. So anyway, the red calipers, that was supposed to be like a $500 upgrade on having your calipers powder coated. The powder coating I didn't get charged for, and it came the color I wanted it to, so that was a nice little mistake. So November 1st we picked up the car, we did all the paperwork, and yes, I did put $5,000 down. That was for me to get my payment where I wanted it. Now, you put down whatever you want to. I don't know everyone's finances, and nor do I want to know. But if you're doing a lease, I will tell you, do not put down a whole bunch of money, because it's not going to help you in the end. They're still going to give you the same cost. Now, the only reason why you put down money on the only reason why you would put down money on your lease is to get your payment where you want to. But don't think that you're putting more money towards the car, because you're not, until after your lease is up. Then you have your purchase price. That is one thing that I've learned from the past. Now with this car, I put $5,000 down. I could have put more down, but I didn't want to do it right here before, you know, the holidays. I've got Christmas rolling around the corner, and I got a lot of kids. But the plus package had some stuff in it that was a must, which was $1,695. And then we went with the technology group, adaptive cruise control, things of that nature, driver assist. That was $1,295. And then let's see, what is this? Rain sensitive windshield wipers, another cross path detection. It gives you little orange symbols in your side mirrors if there's a vehicle there. I will tell you that my car will yell at you and say brake, brake, brake across the dash where your speedometer is if you're getting too close to someone. I had a guy jam on the brakes in front of me the other day, and I felt like I was in a pretty comfortable distance, but the car obviously did not. So anyway, that group there is $1,095. The Harman Kardon, I love it. It has a lot more beat, and the sound quality is just a lot more crisp and clear. Scat Pack, and this is the only thing that I have to compare it to, but the Scat Pack has a Alpine system in it, and it's nice. It's got a little bump in the trunk, but it's not super loud. So I do think that was a good upgrade. It was $1,595. The Laguna package, that was all on April. She wanted the peanut butter color seats, which is sepia, and the Laguna is really soft. It's really comfortable. I haven't gotten in the car and felt like it's hot or cold or you know, cheap leather. And that package was $1,795. Now the wide body package, $6,000 off the top, which I've already got a regular, you know, narrow. So I was very much so wanting the wide body package. It was $6,000. There's no way around it, but that's the only way you're going to get 305s all the way around the car. Now, I am going to put a 315 on the rear. Demonology and I talked about a 325 fitting on the rear, and it does. It will fit. But I think I'm going to go with just a 315 on the rear, and if I put a drag pack together, I will go 325. But for normal driving, I don't want too much of the tire, you know, very close to the edge of the wide body. So a 315 will be plenty. And the front's got 305s on them, which is awesome. But where we live, it's very country. A lot of windy roads, and I have no problems with these tires, other than the fact they're the all seasons, and I just they can't handle the horsepower. But with the time of year that we bought the car, I really wanted I didn't want to spend the money on the extra tires when I knew that I was just going to pull them off. So I went with these tires. And they're just the all seasons. They're fine for now. I mean, shoot, I've still got the break-in period. I think I've got 300 miles on the car. I ran my first tank of fuel through and filled it back up on Saturday because we went to the Octane show, and I had to go pick up the car from Corey from the Expel and the tent and hood being wrapped. Anywho, I did an average on the miles, and I'm getting a little bit better than 15 miles per gallon. I always drive the car in sport. I have put it in track a few times, but with it being real wet, I didn't think that would be a great idea because it does shift a little harder, and I don't want it to break traction. The car breaks traction anyway, but I would not want the car just to get away on these roads with them being wet. No sense in pushing it. I don't know the car well enough for me to be playing on that level. I will get to know the car very soon, but anywho. All right, so that covered the wide body package, the 305s, 35 R20s, performance tires. Whatever. All right, so the next thing is we went with the 8-speed automatic transmission that also has the paddle shifters that come with that, which is $2,995. I like an automatic. We looked at buying a 6-speed Scat Pack. It was orange. It was mango orange. It was pretty. It had a sunroof. And we brought it home for the weekend. I knew the dealer and I knew the guy, and April was not happy. You connect the 4C nav with 8.4-inch display with the 5-year XM was $795. Again, that was something April was wanting. She enjoys the navigation and the XM. I don't really pay attention to it. I just play music off my phone. That way I can control what I'm listening to. Gas guzzler tax, you're not going to get away from that. The only way that you can get away from buying a gas guzzler tax, and I don't know about 2019 because they're doing a drag pack on the 1320. I don't know if they have a gas guzzler tax on that car, but I will tell you on the 2018 Scat Pack, that was one of the reasons why we bought it, is because you're not paying gas guzzler tax. It is SRT powered. It did have the 6.4 in it. It does not have pages, but let's just be honest. You can buy a Taser and get your SRT pages for a lot less than $1,700. So that was kind of my train of thought there. Destination charge is another charge of $1,395. I am guessing that is the railroad and the shipping from the build shop to the railroad, from railroad to the dealership, because all these guys got to get paid. That is it on purchasing the car. Now, I will tell you that we paid I wanted to keep the price under $80,000 on this car, and this is the reason why I went with a HELLCAT instead of the HELLCAT Red Eye, because the HELLCAT Red Eye is $13,000 more. Now, I paid $58,650 base price for this HELLCAT. Now, after all these goodies that we put in here, we ended up at $79,010. So I stayed under 80, but if I would have ordered the HELLCAT Red Eye, it would have been $79,000 plus another $13,000 just for it to have a red eye and less than 100 more horsepower. And I will tell you, if you have insurance with these guys, you'll know, but the HELLCAT Red Eye, and the Demon are on a blackball list. So it makes it difficult to get insurance on some of these cars, and I was not pushing the envelope. That's just, I don't know, a lot to think about when you're going to buy a car. Figure out your price point, because if you go into any dealership, and this is just sales in general, if you go into a dealership and you're like, hey, I want this car, and you have no price point, no idea on where you want to go, I'm going to tell you, you need to do a little bit of research on the car, find out what your base prices are. This stuff is common knowledge now. It's all over the internet. You Google it, it'll pull up. You can go to Car Guru, anywhere you want to go, and you'll come up with some kind of base number. Now, after you come up with your base number, if you're looking for new, it'll be pretty self-explanatory, but if you're looking for used, Car Guru is the way to go. I use it regularly. But anywho, do your research, know your price points, and try not to be talked into more than what you are willing to pay or able to pay. Because this is a lot of the problem these people end up with that buy a car that they can't afford. They've had a good month. They've had, you know, a little extra money in the bank, and then their savings is gone, and then now they're in trouble. So I did have a friend of mine ask me last night about the YouTube channel, because I told him what I was doing, and he was kind of concerned, asking, you know, was there anything wrong, or is there a reason why we're doing this? Look, guys, we are not doing this to become monetized. I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I just spent a lot of money on renting this track for April 13th, which is a charity event for Children's Hospital. I'm paying for all this out of my own pocket just because I want to do something. I have the ability, and also on top of that, I can also bring a lot of people together. I'd like to do this once or twice a year. We've got plenty of reasons why to do it, but I mean, honestly, giving back and doing something for the community is always a good thing. Sorry, I am trying to open my phone, so I am looking down because I would like to see what the DA is here now. Now the DA here in Birmingham is going to be a little different. Now we're at a negative 466. Let's see if that'll zoom in. I have seen negative 1,000 DA down here on this track. Like I said, we're not doing this to become monetized. This is strictly just trying to get information out. Now, I'm not saying that if it becomes monetized that I'm turning anything away, because I'm not. But at the same time, that's not my goal. My goal is to get the information out so people can come and enjoy the event and also give back. That's all this is for. So on top of that, I've got plenty of content. I've got stuff we can talk about left and right. We can talk about business. We can talk about that. We can talk about kids. We can talk about hunting. We can talk about guns. I mean, this is literally where I clean my guns. I've got all kinds of content that I can talk about, but I actually have a passion for cars. So much so, that's what I do for a living. I am in the automotive industry. I am not in cars. I deal with heavy equipment. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure later on in some of these videos we'll talk more about it, and some people will ask me some questions. But I did own a small fleet back in '02 before a motorcycle accident. Lost my contract. Almost lost my left arm. So no more motorcycles. Anywho, I hope you found some of this information good. If you're going to order one of these cars, know what to look for. April will be editing the video, and she is going to place the window sticker up. Because really there's no information on there that I'm worried about other than her first and last name, and I'll tell you her name. I'll tell it to you all day long. There's nothing you can do with it, not without me finding out. So that's that video there. And I have like 2 or 3 other videos I'm wanting to shoot, but the weather sucks. It's been raining. It's cold. So anywho, that's some of the stuff that's going on. I hope you find some of this interesting. Y'all, please remember, subscribe, thumbs up, drop a comment, and share the video. There's a lot more coming. I've got some more goodies that's going on for this event, and let's just say I can't let the cat out of the bag, but someone that attends will be driving a car home from the event. Talk to y'all soon. Skirt, skirt.